Hey everyone, are you ready for a fiery adventure? Because today we're diving into the super explosive world of volcanoes. They're honestly one of the most powerful and just amazing forces on our whole planet. Whoa, just look at that picture. It's a massive mountain literally exploding with smoke and ash. Have you ever wondered what makes a volcano do that? Well, guess what? You are about to find out. Okay, so first things first, what is a volcano? Well, I want you to imagine a giant mountain that's kind of just taking a really, really long nap. Scientists have a word for this. They call it being dormant. But here's the super cool part. These sleeping giants can actually wake up. And when they do, wow, it is one spectacular show. And, that's exactly why it's so important for us to study them. A lot of people actually live pretty close to these massive mountains. So if we can understand how they work, well, that helps keep everybody safe. But here's a fun fact. Not all volcanoes are the same. It's like they have different personalities. Some of them are really slow and kind of gentle, while others, they're super fast and totally furious. Okay, check this out. Look at the picture on the left. See that fiery, red-hot lava? It's just slowly creeping along. But then, look at the one on the right. Kaboom! It's this huge cloud of ash just rocketing up into the air. So you've got two volcanoes, but two very different tempers. All right, let's start with the slow pokes. There's this one volcano in Hawaii. It's called Kilauea, and it's been erupting for more than 30 years. Can you believe that? And instead of one giant explosion, it just kind of oozes out this thick, gooey lava. It moves so slowly that you could literally walk faster than it. So here's a little question for you. Why do you think it's a good thing that this lava moves so slowly? I'll give you a second to think. Got an idea? Yep, it's because it gives people plenty of time to get to safety. If you thought of that, great job. Okay, now let's talk about those explosive ones. They blast out something called volcanic ash. And listen, this is not like the soft, fluffy ash you might see after a campfire. Nope. This is actually made of tiny, sharp little pieces of rock and glass. Think of it like super fine sand. And this stuff, this powder, it's incredibly powerful. A really fast eruption can dump so much ash that it completely buries everything in its path. I'm talking cars, roads, even whole houses. And it's not even just the ash you have to worry about. The lava is super hot, so it can easily set forests on fire. And the blast itself, it's so powerful it can knock down and flatten trees for miles and miles around, just like you can see in this picture. All right, now I'm going to tell you a true story. It's about a sleeping giant that woke up with a massive roar. This is the story of Mount St. Helens. Get this. This volcano was quiet for 150 years. But for all that time, deep underground, pressure was just building and building and building. It's kind of like blowing up a balloon. You just keep putting more and more air in it. Then, back in 1980, the mountains started giving off some warnings. First, there were these little earthquakes. And then, scientists spotted this. Do you see that bulge inside the red circle? The mountain was actually swelling up from the inside, totally changing its shape. Okay, all you super sleuths out there, here's another question. Why do you think these clues, the shaking and that big bulge, why were they so important to notice? They were warning signs, exactly. The mountain was basically sending a message that said, hey everyone, I'm waking up. So, who are these amazing detectives who study volcanoes to help keep us all safe? Well, the official name is volcanologists, but that's a bit of a mouthful, right? Let's just call them volcano scientists. Just look at these brave scientists in action. They get right up close to the volcanoes so they can learn all their secrets. And their main goal is to understand what we should expect when a volcano decides it's time to erupt. And the work they do is so important. By studying how a volcano has acted in the past, they can get a pretty good idea of what it might do in the future, and that helps people prepare and stay safe when one of those sleeping giants starts to wake up. People have lived in your volcanoes for thousands and thousands of years. What you're looking at here are the ruins of Pompeii. It's an ancient city that was completely buried by a volcano called Mount Vesuvius almost 2,000 years ago. It's a really powerful reminder of why it's so crucial to understand these fiery mountains. So, you see, volcanoes are both destructive and creative. They can definitely be dangerous, but they also do amazing things, like build brand new islands and create really rich soil that's great for farming. They're truly one of nature's most awesome forces. Which leaves me with one last question for you. What other secrets do you think these amazing mountains hold?